So you'll know if your people need help or support during this time by checking on how their behavior changes. It's interesting how our brain, when we're under stress or when we're under uncertainty, circumstances that we don't quite understand, tends to build up stress and then revert to the basic fight, flight, or freeze responses. So what you might observe in behavior is people are either becoming aggressive, becoming a little bit more argumentative or resistant to things, which is a fight response. Or you might find that they're hiding, they're isolating, they're being quiet, they're not taking calls, they want to be alone, so they're hiding. Or you might find that they freeze and that they're uncertain, they don't know how to make their minds up, they don't make decisions, they kind of go into this ice block sort of mode. And that's really what you need to watch out for. It's to see what the differences in behavior are and if those behaviors fit within those three categories. So you notice that this person is getting more and more stressed out, their logical functioning is starting to reduce and they're reverting more to the basic freeze, fight or flight responses, then you know that they're under a lot of stress and overwhelm and it's time to start helping them.
You might be in contact with your staff on a day-to-day basis through phone calls or through online meetings. During this time, you might notice that they are struggling to do their job whilst trying to do homeschooling at the same time. You might also notice that they are more stressed, that they are agitated, a little bit more emotional, and just I suppose that they're not really getting things done like they used to. These are signs that something is wrong in the workplace and you might want to have a chat with them.
So what to look out for in the people around you is differences in their normal behaviour patterns. Are they overly happy or overly sad compared to what they usually are? Are they acting differently? And I think if you pay attention to the people around you and how they normally act, and if anything is different, if anything sits out of character, that might be an indicator that something is changing for them, that maybe they're feeling stress or feeling like they may need some support. It doesn't mean you just launch in and just try and help them, because they might not need their help, but reaching out and just asking if everything's okay is probably the key at that point. So changes in behaviour are key, maybe being less happy than normal or less chatty than normal or maybe a bit more introverted. And the opposite is true also for maybe introverted people who tend to be acting out of character in a more extrovert way. And sometimes just reaching out and asking if they need any help or a conversation is enough.
So from my experience, I actually believe that you can feel and sense when a person is not 100% or they are not focused on what they are supposed to be doing. They just seem distracted. They may seem like everything's okay and come across that way, but if you really look at people and take in everything that they are basically, then you will soon pick up that something may not be right. It could just be a little look that they have or something that they say that you just think, it doesn't sound quite like what they're normally like. So then how do you look after for your team? Well, in my opinion, you need to look after them as if they were your family. Okay, you hired these people to do a role and you trusted their opinion when you first hired them. So you need to trust them and you need to make sure that you nurture your employees. And that means nurturing just means giving them the support that they need, making sure they have all the resources available to do their job properly, being there for them, listening, understanding, being a mentor, just all the things that you would like if you were an employee for someone else. So that's how I think you should look after your team, number one.